So problem number 8, a closed tank, rectangular in plan with the vertical sides. It is 1.8 meter deep and contains water to a depth of 1.2 meter. Air is pumped into the space above the water until the air pressure is 35 kilonewton per meter square. If the length of one wall is 3 meter, determine the resultant force on this wall and the height of center of pressure above the base. So you basically have to calculate the pressure exerted on this wall by this air, which has a constant pressure of 35 kilonewton per meter square, and by this water, which has a height of 1.2 meter. The length of this wall, that is the perpendicular dimension, it is 3 meter. So you have to find out the resultant force and its point of application, which is center of pressure. So as again it has two layers, so it is most easily solved with the help of pressure distribution diagram. And as we know, the air, it has a constant pressure of 35 kilonewton per meter square. So this is going to be like this: air pressure is constant, and as it will act as a surcharge, so it is basically again a rectangle for the water layer. So either you can divide it into two rectangles, or you can take it as one rectangle of same pressure P. And the water, it will exert the pressure in the form of a triangular distribution with the base, which is rho gh. And we can calculate the resultant because of this air layer, the R, the force exerted because of this air layer and because of this water. And then by taking this sum, we can calculate the resultant. I believe after you have drawn this pressure distribution, you can do the calculations and verify your answer from the solution provided. And this numerical, it is open for discussion. I'm not going to solve over here. This is a little complex, but I want you all to give it a read, and we can discuss this in our online session. So problem number 10, a rectangular plane surface 2 meter wide and 3 meter deep lies in water in such a way that this plane makes an angle 30° with the free surface of water. Determine the total pressure and the position of center of pressure when the upper edge is 1.5 meter below the free surface. So we have a rectangular surface which is 2 meter wide and 3 meter deep. It is placed in an inclined plane. This is the surface. It is placed in an inclined plane at an angle of 30 degrees from the horizontal. Yes, and its top edges, upper edges 1.5 meter below the free surface. So in order to find the total pressure force by this formula, we need to have this distance h dash, the distance till the center of gravity. As we know, the distance along this, along its, uh, you can say the depth, this will be 1.5 meter, right? Because this dimension is 3 meter, so distance parallel to this will be 1.5 meter. So we have this dimension 1.5 meter until d, the inclined dimension is 1.5, and we need to find out this vertical, and the inclination is 30°. So we can make use of similar triangles, you can say, or geometry simply, that this h dash, this will be 1.5 plus 1.5 sine theta, because sine theta is perpendicular over hypotenuse. So this perpendicular part will be hypotenuse into sine theta, and this total h dash will be 1.5 plus 1.5 sine theta. So it is written over here. So once H dash is with you, the area is 2 into 3 6, and you can compute this force. And for center of pressure, simply use this formula where Ig will be BD cube over 12, B is 12, B is 2, and D is 3, and H dash will be same, um, which is 2.25 meters. So I believe now you will be able to solve it. So let's see some numerical problems. Compute the horizontal and vertical component of the total force acting on a curved surface AB, which is in the form of a quadrant of a circle of radius 2 meter as shown. Take the width of the gate as unity. So it is given the perpendicular dimension is 1, and this is a circle which has radius 2 meter. So this means that this distance OA and OB, this is 2 meter. This is the free surface of liquid, and this the liquid above the curved surface is 1.5 meter. So what we are going to do is, we want for the fx component, we are going to assume this vertical projection of this curved surface. So basically what you're going to do is, this is the free surface of liquid, and this for the vertical projection, this will be a rectangular surface of height 2 meter, and it is given, it is 1 meter in width. So this is a rectangular surface of 2 into 1 meter, and find out the resultant force acting at its centroid G, acting at the center of pressure P. So using the same formula, which is rho G A H dash, and in this case H dash will be 1.5 plus 2 by 2. I hope this part is clear to you guys, and the area will be 2 into 1. So from here you will have the fx component. Now for Fy, they have given that Fy is the weight of liquid supported by AB up to the surface. AB, it supports the quantity of water in a quadrant and above rectangle. So we know weight is specific weight into volume, which is rho G into the volume. So rho G into volume of that quadrant, DAOC, plus the volume of that, volume of the rectangle DAOC, and the volume of this quadrant. So as we know, the above rectangle is 1.5 meter deep and 2 meter in width, and into 1 for the perpendicular dimension, and the quadrant will be area of a circle is pi r square divided by 4, so pi by 4 r square into 1, and it is submerged in water, so density is 1000. So using that you can compute this Fy. So this was asked to find out the components Fx and Fy. Next numerical, a gate having a quadrant shape of radius 2 meter. Find the resultant force due to water per meter length of the gate. Also find the angle at which the total force will act. So in this case, this gate, it supports this volume of water. So basically we have to find out the force exerted by this water on the gate. As we know, the force exerted is always perpendicular to that surface. So Fy will be the vertical force and Fx will be the horizontal force directed towards the gate. And the radius of the gate is 2 meter. It was given in the statement as well. So for that Fx component, we are going to assume the vertical projection. So this is the water surface, and the top of the gate, it is coincident with the water surface, and it is 2 meter depth, and you can assume 1 meter length. And this is G point, and G will be 1 meter 2 by 2, and P is the point where this Fx force acts. And this Fx is given by this formula, and the area will be 2 into 1, and H dash, it is 1 meter. So you will have over here the calculation for Fx, and it will act at, you know, this for this case we will have triangular distribution, so it is acting at 2 by 3 of its depth. So 2 by 3 of 2, which is 4 by 3 meters from the free surface of water. Now for Fy, this is the weight of the liquid imagined to be supported by gate AB. So rho G, which is 1000 into 9.81 into area of that quadrant, pi by 4 into r power 4 into 1. The perpendicular is 1. And it will act at a distance of 4r over 3 pi, which is the centroid position for a semicircle, semicircle or a quadrant. So it is 0.848 meters from OB. It is also given in the figure. You can refer back to it. And the resultant force, it is square root of Fx square plus Fy square, and the angle of inclination is Fy over Fx and tan inverse. So you'll have 57 degrees 31 seconds. A slice gate in the form of a circular arc of radius 6 meter. Calculate the magnitude and the direction of the resultant force on the gate and the location with respect to the O point. So here we have a circular arc, and it has radius 6 meter, and O is the you can say point of its line of action, point on its line of action, and it is hinged at the bottom at point Q, and the water is supported by it till the top, and the angle of inclination from this O point in the horizontal direction, with the horizontal it's 30 degrees in both. And we need to find out this resultant r and its inclination theta. So the first step is to find out the water depth. So we can use the sine theta. The sine theta is perpendicular over hypotenuse. So hypotenuse 6 meter, 6 meter into sine theta will give us this half of this height from P to this point, and because this angle is same theta, so multiplied by 2 we'll get the bottom part as well. So h is 2 into 6 into sine theta, which is 6 meter. It is also shown over here. So water height is 6 meter. In this case as well, to find out this horizontal component RH, we'll have to use the same way. We will take the vertical projection of this curved surface PQ, and we'll find the resultant force. So you can use the same formula, which is rho g into A into H dash, and the area will be 6 into 1, and or you can say area is H into 1. And H dash is basically H by 2. So you can also write it in this way, rho g H square by 2. Just simply replace area by H into 1 and H dash by H by 2. In this case, because we are assuming the width to be equal to 1, so you can write the resultant in per meter width, so it is kilonewton per meter. Otherwise, you can simply write it at the top that width is equal to 1 and simply report your answers in kilonewton. That is also fine. Now for the vertical component, it will be the weight of the liquid supported by this arc. So it is basically the liquid supported from the P point, P, S, Q, and this center point, or you can say all the shaded area. So the liquid supported by this shaded or colored area, this we have to compute. So weight of the liquid, what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the area supported by this complete sector POQ, and subtract the area taken by this triangle OPQ, and eventually we will have this area covered by this arc for this portion. So weight is rho g, and we can take we only need to calculate the area because width is 1. So area of this sector will be the angle, this angle 60 degree divided by 360, because the circle area is 360, and into the area of the circle, which is pi r square, so pi 6 square. So area of this sector will be 60 divided by 360 multiplied by pi 6 square minus 6 sine theta into 6 cos theta. So I believe that you can figure it out yourself. Into the density 1000 into G 9.81. So you'll have your answer 32 kilonewton per meter width of the arc. So the resultant force will be square root of Fx square plus Fy square, which comes out to 179.46, and you can calculate its inclination by taking the tan inverse of the ratio of RV over RH, which is 10.27 degrees to the horizontal. So that's it from this topic. Thank you so much.